Hey, what's going on, everybody? If you haven't noticed already, we're joined by James, but he is wearing the clown mask. Thank you to a friend of ours who did donate the $5 towards our foundation, the Humane Society, which is amazing. And we get to be graced by the clown mask wearing James. James, hopefully it's not too sweaty in there for you. I'll keep that on you until we finish through the intro here. I'll make sure to do it nice and slow so everyone can take in the awesome clown mask that you have. So just kind of like we just announced, we received a donation. Our goal here with this website and our videos is to raise money for charities. Currently we're at a level 2 charity, which is Humane Society. If you guys can donate, there are links down below on our Twitch and YouTube channel. If you guys can donate, we understand that. What we can do to help us out, though, is just like, subscribe, and follow us on all the social medias, the Twitch, the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram. And if you do decide to donate, maybe we'll do some wacky mask wearing or wacky hairdo stuff for you, just to say thank you, and hopefully raise more awareness for our charities, and give these little puppies and fur babies shelter, food, and love that they each of them deserve. But other than that, James, we have to dive into Fear the Walking Dead, season 4, episode 4.
Well, first I want to thank Lindsay for donating the money under my name for some reason. Put your name next time. Don't be shy. You know, I'm wearing a fucking clown mask, and yes, the last week I picked out my hair. So, you know, it's just to give you a shout out. We won't share your personal information. We'll just say where it came from. This is really uncomfortable, and I'm probably scaring a couple of our viewers. So, thank you again. I stuck to my word, and this is 2 straight weeks that we've received donations. I think we're up to $30 in donations. So anybody I know, if you keep donating, I will match all donations that I receive personally to do this stuff. So you guys come up with like 100, I will match that. So
You heard it.
that's just that. So anytime I have a challenge with picking the hair out or a clown mask, if it's something that I challenged you for, if we come up with, 50, 75, I will match that. So that's only for my challenges. I don't know. See, Jay knows celebrities. I'm not going to match any of his celebrity friends because they have a lot of money and I don't. So I'm not going to I'm not going to try to match thousands and thousands of dollars. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, there is a cap on that, obviously.
But yes, thank you anyway. So that's another challenge. So we'll come up with these wacky things. We will bring back tonight the zombie movie of the week. I'll probably do zombie movie of the bye week. So that way we can spread it out a little bit more. But we will return with that at the end of the show. But thank you again, Lindsay. This is very uncomfortable to talk. Oh, and it's hot. All right, so that's all I got to say about that. All right, Jay.
All right, man. Let's go kick it off. Buried. What are your general impressions of the show?
Oh, all right. So, all right. So basically, this season, I mean, even their slower episodes aren't super slow, and they're telling a story. This is rivaling. I'm sorry, rivaling. I can't say this fucking word because of that goddamn mask. This is in comparison to Walking Dead season 6. Every show it's like setting the bar up for the season to be better and better. Mm-hmm. They're giving you their perception, their perspective of what happened. They're telling the story. We always hear Scott Gimple say he has a story to tell. Well, guess what? This is the perfect way to tell a story. The flashbacks, the flashbacks to the past, and then them back in that big SWAT truck, telling what happened, and then gearing up for this mega fight, and then seeing Morgan and John, and finding out that um, Lori and Naomi are the same person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just incredible. Even though it was a slower episode, you still had the fear of zombies in this episode. You still had your supervillain there, the vultures. They're really charming. You know, they're offering Madison something to eat,
Yeah.
and then you have the reveal that all three of the survivors, Strand, Luciana, and Alicia, all reveal how they could have prevented Nick from dying if they would have just followed their guts and left. So incredible. And we get to find out what happened to Lori / Naomi. Obviously, we found out that she didn't make it. That's what makes it even better. So, you know, Nick died, but we still get to see his story.
Mm-hmm.
Lori and Naomi died. We still get to see her story, but we get to find out what built up to this, and that's what's so intriguing. Just an incredible setup for a season. This is something not even The Walking Dead did. What an original idea! What a way to take season 3 and, you know, set the bar this high and then go past it already. I don't know, I'm just pumped for next week, which looks like a flashback episode. Just a true flashback episode.
Yeah, we get to see John Dory's backstory there,
and his relationship to Lori / Naomi. So unbelievable, man. So I'm gonna let Jay take it away with what he liked and disliked about the show and his favorite, you know, his standout character of the show. So and then I'll finish off with my likes, dislikes, and my standout character. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I love it. I like you, I'm kind of surprised that it's still keeping that same steam, and
Yeah.
impressed. You know, it's like reminds me of the like I said, season 6 of Walking Dead. Like I wanted to do other things like on my computer, but I couldn't because I kept being drawn into this show and like seeing where, you know, our 3 characters that are inside the vehicle here, and like what each backstory is, and I love how both like all of them are like conflicts. You know, like you can just leave. Especially Strand, you know, it's like he got challenged again. He was like, "Yeah, thanks for letting me in, man." I said, "I appreciate it." I'm still thinking about leaving.
Yeah,
It's like it's still who he is. That's him. You know, Luciana, same thing. You know, it's just right there. You know, her and Nick is go, but they flip to that one page, and that just sparks something, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
And the amusement park, I thought that was
awesome.
That was so
that was
fun.
awesome.
So that was scary.
It's eerie. I told that to Vanessa. I said, "This is eerie. This is something that'll make your skin crawl. Think about it."
Yeah, like it was like almost Amish, like Zombieland, but they took it like instead of being like kind of silly to like holy shit, like the slides, like no one, like I never even thought about like, that being that deadly, and just having that panic of slipping and like not be able to get out, and just like just having like a pit of zombies. It's like, oh my god, that's
again
horrifying.
They're making the zombies scary. You know, they're not making them. I'm just gonna beat all the zombies I see. I'm gonna wait for them to come close and beat them up. No, they're a threat. They're a threat to show.
And look at like even with the daughter there. I'm blanking on her name. You know, her knife gets stuck, and it's like, yeah, shit happens. So you can't just go up against 5 zombies with a knife, because then your knife gets stuck, and now you're stuck with it. And then luckily, you know, her backup's over there and help her out. But still, you know, you drop your knife, and now you're screwed. And then you know, with an opportunity, try to find something.
And they found that weapon, and that was the weapon that she used, the machine gun. What is it called? Nozzle. So.
Yeah,
you know,
it's they called it something else. I think like on the talking, they called it like a silence or something. But it's more of it's just the barrel. It's cooling activation for the M2, because those rounds go pretty fast. They're pretty big. They're gonna cause a lot of heat. So I'll be curious to see how she actually is able to chip away at that metal, because that shit's not, you know, aluminum.
You can't melt it down. You can't melt it.
Yeah, I don't know how she managed that, but we'll see. You know, and that's so fun to see like a future, past, like kind of back and forth, and it's like you see up in the beginning. It's like, oh, where did she get that?
Trippy.
Yeah, and they're doing it right.
And yes, and I think that to have this idea when I have to say this, and a lot of people, some people disagree with me, but I feel like this is we're in season 9, going into season 9. I say you have 12 seasons of The Walking Dead on TV.
Mhm.
To have 12 seasons of this show, and then to have this, we played with it a little bit in season 6, episode 1, but to actually take it and possibly stretch it into a more detailed, more fulfilling season-long storyline, or at least mid-season long storyline,
Mhm.
is unbelievable. And the way that they're pulling this off, you have to say, what? I mean, this show is punching people in the face right now. It's. But anyways, what did you like? You like that about the show? Was there any jostle moments, dislikes about the show for you, Jeff?
Uh, no, to tell you the truth,
Ah,
I like the 3 storylines so far, and just the side characters. I like them too. Like it's each of the partners. I mean, obviously, Nick being with Luciana. I mean, of
yeah,
course, you're gonna love them more. But even Strand and that guy, that's that dynamic where he was like, "Oh, you want to get to know me? This is me.
this is
I'm an
me.
asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't accept me? Fine, I knew it. So get out of here. This is why I didn't want to trust you or bring you in because you weren't gonna accept me anyway."
Yeah,
Strand's such a fun character.
he's
Crazy.
fun, but he's a dick.
Yeah.
Uh, favorite character of this episode?
Oh.
Tough one.
Yeah, I think any one of the 3 there. That's tough. I might go with Alicia. I think she's starting to step up, become like a leadership role.
Yes.
I think the other 2 are still kind of.
I think this. I think this is turned into the Alicia show. I think this is going to end up being the Alicia show here. I absolutely love this episode. I found no flaws in it. If I had to say there was one flaw, it was if there was one flaw, I think it was just, I think they, the plant zombies, the guy getting stuck in the arm. I really would have loved to see maybe him develop some sort of infection or something like that. But I think that's going too far fetched. I'm really glad that they didn't end his story with a zombie bite, but maybe them trying to figure out what are these plants. You know what I'm saying?
It's still early, maybe
Still, yeah,
he gets
maybe.
back and they put some ointment on there, but it's just not taken. So you're wondering, hey, is it like a bacterial infection from the plants,
Yeah,
or is it like plant venom, or
yeah.
is
That's
that
just me.
zombie?
Yeah, it's just me nitpicking.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just want to see them use the plants and what happened a little bit further, especially that they were talking about, the guy came out and said, hey, look, I know plants.
Yeah.
This and Strand saying if it's blue or black or whatever, and the guy saying, hey, look, I studied this and wherever he went to college. And
Yeah.
it would be so ironic if they use that as the way he gets sick or he dies or something happens. So I really would. I think it's not more of a nitpicking. It's more of a want. I'm getting a little greedy here, but I hope that they use the plants, and that would be a great way to take that guy out or to cause him to be sick, because they to have them be there in that greenhouse. I just feel like there was something a little bit missing there, but that's nitpicking. That's totally nitpicking.
Yeah.
I think this episode was complete. Again, it's setting up for the next episode. My favorite character in this episode, it's going to surprise everybody, is Athelia. She is the storyteller, and she is showing that human side to her when these characters are gone. They just lost Nick. They are not with it, and she's trying to step back and still be human and say, hey, look, we don't have to do this right now. You can mourn the loss here. And the 3 characters are like in such autopilot and so just so dead set on revenge that they don't even care at this point. All right, just take us to where these people are, so we can whoop their ass.
Yeah.
We are so fed up with these guys, and the hatred that they have, you want to find out why they want to get the vulture so bad, because as I said earlier in the show, the vulture, the main vulture at the beginning, he's charming. He asked Madison for relish, and he said to her, "Hey, look, you want a weenie? We'll feed you."
Yeah.
And Madison's like, "Why don't you join us?" And he's like, "No, because this place is gonna fall. It always does." And that's the cycle of life. And he's trying to tell her, you have to live on the go. You can't just have a place like this. Are you going to fight us? We're not attacking you at all. Oh, we're beating you to the punch because but that's the law of the land. And they're not killing them. They're just, hey, this is how we roll. You can join us, or you can just keep letting us beat you to the punch. And then you die out, and we take your stuff, and we move on to the next. And this is what we do.
I think something's going to change though. Maybe they're wrong. Maybe Nick and Luciano go out there and they bring back the fertilizer and they're starting to come back, and all of a sudden their vultures are like, huh.
Yeah.
All right,
maybe.
we gotta go Plan B or something.
Maybe.
Because they gotta do something to piss them off. Not like just standing out there and picking off some of the supply posts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
At least at the end they'd be like, okay, you guys are right. We're gonna join you, or screw you, we're leaving. There's got to be something worth killing for.
Correct. And I totally agree with that. There's going to be something that makes them the supervillain. And what I've been reading about them is that they're very dangerous. They're one of the villains that, in this Walking Dead universe that you do not want to cross paths with. And he keeps reiterating, we've already run into several groups and we're still here. And they're not. So, awesome episode. Like Jay and I both said, not much to dislike. If you're nitpicking, you probably won't find much anyways, but a lot to like. Setting us up. I think, obviously we know that Lori and Naomi are the same person, and that's John Dory's, that's his lover. She was the holder of the other Ruger. So we know that she didn't make it, supposedly. Maybe they're just saying that.
No death on camera, so
Yeah.
Even they said that.
Yeah.
That it was overran. She died, but at the same time, hey, you never know.
Never know. We don't know what happened to Madison. We don't know what happened to Strand's interest. We don't know if he's his boyfriend yet or his friend, but we'll just call him his interest.
He did say his friend, like when they're going around, like his friend died. So maybe they never even got that chance to take it beyond that because.
Yeah. You're right. We got to find out what happened to the vultures.
How about the vulture's backstory there, though? Where it grew up on the farm, just like kind of where the family came from over there.
Yeah, Troy and the Ottos.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Ottos farm there. But then, wildfire coming in, and just like Madison, I expected him to say, I tried telling everybody to leave, but they didn't listen, so we left. No, opposite. I told him to stay, and everybody died.
Yep.
Eesh. All right.
Yeah. Got him killed.
Okay, yep. I can see why you have doubts about staying then. Sure.
Yeah, and you know what? That story connects to Madison as well. The Clarks were in California, and it was absolutely bombed, and they were basically run off of the coast. That's why they ended up on Strand's boat. They try to stay, and they got pushed out and out and out. And then eventually that's where they ended up. And guess what? Madison is only there with her kids. She lost her husband, her stepson. She lost, her husband's ex. So they lost a lot of people too. So the moral of the story is no place is safe, and eventually you're gonna have to keep moving, no matter if you want to or not. You could stay there, but just like LA, just like the boat, just like Mexico, just like the farm, these people are moving. The duration of time doesn't matter. It's no place is safe in this type of world, and that's even a story arc in not a story arc, but that's the motto in the Walking Dead's world. No place is safe. So
yeah, because the zombies are basically like a wildfire. You can see it coming. It might be moving slow, but you got a herd of it. It's you're in their path. There's not much you can do about it.
No, and it's just awesome. I'm in love with this season. I think that it's going to get better and better and better, and for them to absolutely, if this season ends up failing, it will be a complete screw. You would have to really shit the bed to screw this up. There's no, to me, it's almost impossible if they keep going on the rate that they're going to screw this up. I don't know, man.
Yeah, and I saw something on my phone the other day saying that Room Blades will be returning.
All right.
So he'll be coming back. I mean, it could be a flashback. You never know. It could be crossing paths.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yep.
We're not sure what timeline. Could be present time, past time, or far, far past time.
True.
Even so, I'm excited to get him back. As I mean,
Salazar is the equivalent of like a Morgan type of guy. It's like you can't kill him for some reason, and he's so badass. And he's so methodical about it. He's not, he's not obnoxious. And, he's not over the top. He's just Salazar. And he's like one of those snakes in the grass. Like, he's just like one of those just silent killers. A viper. He gets you when he gets you. And I'm glad that he's still on. Maybe it's a flashback. I hope it's not. I hope that because then it shows you what's going to happen to Strand. Strand shot him in the face.
yeah, that's hard to forgive.
It's hard to forgive. Jesus Christ. And Strand got his friends killed. So, and he may have some animosity toward toward Nick and toward Madison as well, because he feels like Nick. He feels that Nick knew that Troy led that herd to kill his daughter. Like, he has a lot of pent up rage, and his story is definitely not over. What about Walker and the other guy? The two Native Americans. Where are they at?
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. I can't wait.
So, judging by how good the season's going so far, do you think there'll be a season 5?
That's a very good question. That's a really good question. My opinion, yes, there will be a season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead. I think that we're coming to an end, but I think that the end will probably be season 5. Probably after this is over, I think you're going to see whoever's left transition over to, make it back east with Morgan. Or, Morgan leads them east and says, there's a community east that you can go to and that you can make it. It's just gearing up for that. Maybe this season is the last season, but if I had to be a fortune teller, I would say season 5 would be it. And I think that it would be a perfect way to transition whoever's left back to, Hilltop, Alexandria, the Kingdom. And if you really look at the way the storyline in the comics is going, it would make sense for them to meet another community and then meet up with those 3 communities down the road anyway. So
because there will be a time jump too with
it will be
Dead, so
correct. So maybe this is it. But like I said, I'm optimistic that they're gonna have at least one more season. This is the type of show that you need to have, though. Now that they've gotten all the kinks out, this is something you can make your own. You don't have to base it upon the comic books or anything. Yeah. This is what they can play with. Yeah, the Walking Dead is what
Kirkman wanted to come play, or not Kirkman. Gibble wanted to play.
Yes.
He should have came over here earlier then and done that. But I mean, the writers now, whoever's in charge, those 2 guys that we saw on Talking Dead, awesome job.
Awesome job.
And even the previous showrunner, end of 3rd season, I think he
got
his groove. But it was just a little bit too late.
A little too late for him, man. But you know what? Hey, it is what it is. You got to come to appreciate, how far the show has come, because Jay and I really were disappointed in the show in season 1. Yeah. I think we only liked 1 episode, and maybe the premiere and maybe the finale. Season 2, the first half was completely pointless. There were so many moments that we were just like, why is this even on TV? The second half of season 2 picked up a little bit more,
Mhm.
was a little bit better, and then season 3 you really saw a change in the show, and now the final it's like this is the finished product of what they were gearing toward. And I don't care that they're not going back to the sea and going back to the boat. I'm glad that the pirates stole Strand's boat. I don't even care about it.
Hey, it's all crashed up on
It's
the
a
shore.
crash thing. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm glad that we don't have to deal with those pirates that Madison had. She killed the brother and the brother. I'm glad. Bye bye.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
think we'll
glad.
ever be seeing those guys again.
No, thank God. So now we have a complete show. We have interesting characters that you want to learn more about. You have unique characters. You have Lenny James. I mean, what more could you want in this show? So
Yeah, and amazing side characters. John Dory. That's
it's unbelievable.
you know,
That little girl. And another thing, man. Why is the little girl getting heat for shooting Nick? Like, people gotta stop doing this dumb shit. I heard that the little girl is getting heat on her Twitter account or whatever because her character killed Nick. Like,
first of all, she's just playing a part. Second of all, you
a
can't blame her
kid.
for killing the kid or for killing Nick at all. Shit, he just killed like what
Her
came to be like her
family.
stepdad. A
Yes.
big brother kind of situation. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah. So what the hell? People need to stop this shit.
Seriously.
So, but here's what it is. Predictions for episode 5, Jay. Are we on 5? Episode 4. Sorry.
Next one will be episode 5.
I was right the first time. Never mind. Episode 5, Jay.
I think it'll be slowed down a little bit. I think we're gonna get some background here on Naomi / Laura and John Dory's backstory.
Okay.
They are splitting up though. Morgan and John are gonna be kind of doing their own thing.
Yep.
Althea takes the main group out. So there might be some kind of back and forth between those two, but I think it's gonna be just kind of where he is, where he was, saving her and just seeing why she left.
Yep.
Maybe he's different. Maybe this whole innocent guy could be a fake, facade, or we'll see. I mean, I think he's. They're talking about like on the Talking Dead. I think he's might be getting geared up to snap. You have all this faith. Like what do you live for?
Yeah.
I live to find her. She's dead. Oh, like all of a sudden, like you have nothing to live for, and we'll see. Maybe Morgan can save him.
Yeah. Could there be some sort of mirror? Seeing a lot of himself in John Dory with Morgan.
Yeah.
Maybe John Dory, even though he was telling Morgan, "Hey, look, you're not like this." Maybe he's turning into what Morgan was. And maybe he's maybe he's the reason Morgan snaps again.
Yeah.
Because that dark side is going to come out of Morgan again. It.
Yeah.
Is it going to be the relationship with John Dory and something happening to him that causes him to go, ape shit? Because it's almost like Morgan is almost like, the Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Seriously.
Don't make him angry. Yeah.
Just don't make him angry. Don't kill anybody that he's really close to. And he just, he just snaps. Yep. So it's like, Lenny James either is stoic, monkish, peace warrior, and then you kill somebody like, John Dory, and he goes back into the clear mode, so, maybe. So I think that Lenny James I think he's going to go clear mode at some point. I think something's going to happen to John Dory for that to happen. I think we're going to get another huge death coming up, but I think we're going to have resolution, and then either we're going to have a season 5 or that'll be it. But I have faith in the season 5.
Do you think they're going to head back to the stadium to try to find Laura?
I think they might head back to the stadium to find out what the hell happened.
Yeah.
I think that their paths are gonna cross again, and I think that Morgan clear mode Morgan is going to save the day. But I'm going to make a prediction that they're going to run into Salazar, and they're going to bring, Salazar is going to go with them, and Salazar and Strand are going to, kind of like clash.
It's just so funny. It's how small of a world it becomes because
Yeah, it is. It's true.
So and so. Yeah, because there's only so many living people still.
Yeah,
So.
it's true. It's true, man. And when I was, and this is a small world type story. So one of my coworkers, she ended up getting a job back in the office that she used to work in, which is my office now. So she left, and then she came back to a better job where we're at. So we were at a going away party for her. And Jay, the tower is in Albany, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we were at the tower, and somebody was in the tower, and they were talking about The Walking Dead. And the person was like, "Wait a second, I watched a couple of episodes of your show, and I didn't know who the hell they were talking to." I'm like looking around, like, who the fuck is this person talking? I'm like, like, yeah. Your buddy told me that to check you out. Your buddy told me to check you out. So I checked out a couple of episodes. Is awesome, and they were like, so what a small. I had no idea. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, and that's, imagine that where there's 100 million less people. So imagine a world where there's 100 million less people. It just gets smaller and smaller, just like Merle said in season 3, when he reunited with Andrea and Michonne. He was like, toward the end, there's less and less people toward the end. So
yeah, less resources. So you're not going to cover wastelands. You got to go to where the resources are, and that's
correct.
Where the conflict starts happening. Obviously.
Correct.
All right, man. Let's see some of those zombie movies of the bye week, huh? You got one for us?
All right, so we got 2, and then in 2 weeks. So right now we're at 7 straight shows. So that's good. It's my lucky number. We made 7 straight. A little bit late tonight. I had some things to take care of, but we actually made it on, which I'm happy about. But it was requested, what are the zombie movies coming back? And, a couple of people have checked out the movies that I recommended. So I actually purchased 2 movies on Xbox Video, and it's The Dead and The Dead 2. The Dead is a zombie movie, takes place in Africa. So, you have a third world country. You have an engineer out there who's part of the military, and he's an engineer. He's trying to make it home to his wife and child. Obviously comes across endless amounts of zombies. They're slow-moving zombies, but they just keep coming, and they're everywhere. You got to think about the population down there, and they're everywhere, and it's just like nonstop. They're not running; they're just relentless. And then The Dead 2 is about a man who he's like a telecommunications person, and he fell in love with an Indian lady, and the Indian lady's father doesn't approve of it, but the zombie apocalypse breaks loose, and he's on a journey to find his pregnant girlfriend at the time. Like, she just finds out she's pregnant, so he's on a journey to go and find her. And both movies end very well. Type of endings I like, so that's a hint. But
I know what that means. I won't spoil it then.
I don't spoil it for people that don't know, but people who watch, and a lot of our fans will know that there's a reason why I say these kind of things. But definitely check them out. So it's a doubleheader, The Dead and The Dead 2, both available on video on demand. They're both actually on sale. Get them for the price that you would rent them. You can get them to own for the price that you would rent them as. Mm-hmm. And if you rent them, it's even cheaper. But definitely check them out. So those are my recommendations. And let us know what you think. If you think that they're corny, tell us why. If you have other zombie movies, you would recommend, you could recommend them to us. But remember, try to pick unique zombie movies that are, kind of like outside of the box. I'm not trying to pick the cliche ones that everybody's seen about 30 times.
Right.
So The Dead and The Dead 2 are the zombie movies of the week. Bye week.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, man. Shit, is that it? Is that the show?
We do have a couple questions.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, want to jump into those then?
Yeah, and like you said, this was a quick show.
Yeah.
And
it's so much easier when you talk about the show you love. You don't have to, dig at it as much as.
It's true, but also, the new format. A lot of people are loving the new format because a lot of people said, just, hit the points.
Mm-hmm.
And, we assume that you watch Fear the Walking Dead and you watch The Walking Dead. If not, the old format was for you and you wanted us to recap the whole show. That's no longer. We're hitting the points. It's just more fluid to us. And it's more natural, I guess, instead of just like robotically, recapping the entire episode. So if it goes by a little bit quicker, that's, some people still like the old format, and we apologize, but we just feel like this is a better fit for us. And like, it comes to us a little bit more naturally, and it gives us more time to do, to come back and do it every week and not, really take up so much time and lull you guys to sleep, I guess. So,
yeah.
Got a couple of questions. One question was, does the helicopter, and I'm doing this I remember a conversation in the question that they wanted me to ask. Does the helicopter from The Walking Dead that Jadis saw, do you think there's a connection between that helicopter and Fear the Walking Dead? That's a great question. I personally think that's going to be the way that somebody goes from Houston back to Atlanta or vice versa, or it's going to be just a whole new community. But I would say that there's a possibility that they could be connected. Maybe there's a base in Houston. Maybe there's a base close to Houston or on the way. But we'll definitely find out about the helicopter next season on The Walking Dead, they said. So we'll find out if it's somehow connected to Fear. But I think Lenny James is the bridge there. And if you look, Lenny James went to the junkyard. Mm-hmm. He relieved what's her name now? Anne. I don't know her name. What was her real name? Her old name was Jadis.
Jadis, yeah. The new name? Yeah, I forgot what she calls herself.
I think it's Anne or something like that. So he relieved her. So, he obviously was in the trash heap, so maybe he did see the helicopter at some point. So that's a good question. Time will tell. My answer is it's a possibility. Is it? It's a possibility. Second question, is there still a chance that Alicia or Madison can be Alpha? I'm going to let Jay answer that one. What do you think, Jay?
I don't know. I don't think so, but you never know. I mean, they did say only one person was being moved over. I think they were pretty quick to jump on that to kind of squash that rumor.
Yep.
I'd still love to see Madison as Alpha.
Yep.
I can't think of a different actress right now I would want to play that, and having that backstory already, developed into there, I think it would give more reason to understand and appreciate her. I just don't think so. It'd be tough because if Morgan comes back, I don't know how she comes back as Alpha.
Yeah.
But
I would never want to see Morgan as Beta. That's stupid.
No, yeah. I don't think he'd ever cross that line.
No.
I want to hold my breath. In other words, I'd say slim, but hey, you never know.
I'm gonna say less than 1% chance that Alicia or Madison are Alpha or whatever. I think that they, like Jay said, he hit it right on the head. I think that they wanted to squash that rumor that Madison was going to be an Alpha. We both had our doubts when we found out Morgan was a crossover person. Mm-hmm. We really thought that Fear the Walking Dead dropped the ball, and in a way, I still think they dropped the ball because that would have been an awesome backstory there for the Whisperers. But they made up for it with so far an incredible season. But I still think what a way to propel to propel the Whisperers, but to make it, either Alicia, Nick, or Madison. And I think that would have been a really creative way. But I've let go of that pipe dream. So I'm gonna agree with Jay and say it's a less than. Jay said there's a slim. I'm saying there's a sliver. It's less than 1% chance, maybe like a 0.65% chance that it's gonna be one of the. Well, it's not Nick, so it's gonna be either Alicia or Madison. We don't even know if Madison's alive. So there you go.
It's very, 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 very small. Like if anything. Good question though. Like I said, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see Madison. Not so much Alicia.
Madison would be better suited for Alpha.
Yeah,
she definitely would be.
She would scare the shit out of me as Alpha.
Yeah, she would. I think that she would be a great Alpha. She actually, I could just see it. She's been a killer since a long time ago. She killed her own father.
Yeah.
I could just see it, and she's in a dog-eat-dog world. Nick kind of hinted on it in season 3, like saying to his mother, "I think that you would sacrifice me if you had a chance." You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like saying that's the way of the world in a way, and like she kind of was like looking at him like, "Yes, but I can't say that to you because you're my." You know what I'm saying? Like she kind of like had that moment where she had to think about what he said, and then lie to him and say, "No, you're wrong, but you're really right." If Troy came in here right now and if it was me or you and I told him, "Hey, look, Nick is fucked up," I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I could see her doing that and she could see herself doing that. So I could see her being an incredible Alpha. She'd be a scary Alpha at that. But who would be her Beta, Jay? Somebody new?
I don't think Strand would fit that persona.
Nope.
Salazar could always come back in. But
maybe
he doesn't have that towering kind of imposing figure, though. You know what I mean? He has like killer instinct. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I think it has to be somebody new.
Yeah, I mean, shit. If it was Madison and Salazar as the Walkers or the Whisperers, I'd be like, you know what? I want to join you guys because you guys are insane.
God. Wow. Yeah, Salazar, Madison, and Morgan as a random.
Right.
God damn, what now? Anyways, that's our pipe dream. So those are the 2 questions that I remember talking to people about. Send us their questions. We definitely will answer them. We have much more time, and that's why we wanted to do this format too. So we had the extra things. We can knock them out without really dragging the show on and trying to hit the points and trying to answer the questions because this is for you guys and this is for charity. We're trying to make it as compact and impactful as possible, I guess you could say. Something biting the shit out of me in this house. Goddamn mosquito. What the hell?
I think I just saw one flying around.
Yeah, what the hell's going on in here?
Maybe it was living inside the mask. All of a sudden you just woke him up.
Probably. This is gonna scare a couple of people that I know. Let's just look at this thing.
Yeah, hopefully Kelsey didn't see that before she went to bed.
Look at those teeth. All right, man. You got anything else, Jay?
Nah, man. Like I've been saying, crazy season so far, and looking forward to just where they're going.
Yeah, I agree. I'm putting it up there with 6 so far. Me and my buddy here, we're putting it up with season 6. Season 6 still reigning supreme, but at the end of the year, I think we're gonna end up having a comparison show, man, because this season is starting to trump some of the other Walking Dead seasons quarter way through. So
it's definitely better than season 7 and season 8.
It is. It's way better than season 7 and season 8. It's better. It's not even close. It's better than season 3. So season 3 a quarter way through. I think the 4th episode of season 3 was Killer Within. You know, we lost Lori and T Dog, and that was a great episode. But I think the Nick Death episode was a strong episode too. Like, I'd take the first 3 episodes over. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Yeah, we can't say anything more about it. Just we love the show. If you guys have not watched For the Walking Dead yet, because you got a little burnt out by The Walking Dead and not a big fan of the season 8, trust us, give this one a shot. It's
Yes.
redeeming in the past 2 seasons of The Walking Dead. It's so good. I'm hoping that it continues on. This just because of the writing and everything else so far this season. But if not, we'll see. It'll be one hell of a swan song though, because this is exactly what we're looking for in a Walking Dead series.
Correct.
But alright, guys. Hey, once again, thank you very much for the donation. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, click the thumbs up. Subscribe to us on YouTube. If you didn't, just let us know. What can we do to improve the show? Once again, this is 100% towards charity. So if you guys can donate, there are links down below on YouTube and Twitch channel. You guys can donate. Like we said, we understand that money can be tight for everybody. What we can do to help us out is just spread the word. More people see us, the more ad revenue we get. The more ad revenue we get, the more we can donate, because 100% of all the YouTube ad revenue goes towards our current charity, which is once again the Humane Society. And you can follow the link directly to them. We don't want to touch the money because we don't want to be, doubt that we're going to keep it for anything else. Just go right to the link, donate right to them. We'll never touch it.
Nope.
Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the Fear the Walking Dead as much as we are. And we'll see you guys next time on J&J Dissects The Walking Dead.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.